the keys to success in this business don't rely on your multifaceted charisma and how well and eloquently you can communicate, how many books you've read on sales.
Hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency.
So excited to be able to have one of my great friends with us, integrity partner. Grady, how much does your agency do? Over 100 million a year now? Smoked it?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Oh my
but
gosh, I love it. So just so you know, like large IMOs in our space do like 25, 30 million a year. Grady does over 100 million himself within FFL. Like that's amazing. So Grady is phenomenal at developing leaders. He's great at teaching agents how to get paid, move up the comp plan, all that great stuff. Grady, I appreciate you taking time out your day and being with us, man. Josh and Alondra and I, we've partnered up and built our base shop together with this. So feel free to take it away, brother. I appreciate you.
well, Steve, I'm so honored to be on here. I looked up to you from a speaking standpoint, from a marketing standpoint as well, from our pasts that cross path in a different industry that have amazingly led us both here. I look up to you how good of a husband you are and how great a father you are and how good of a salesman you are, because the fact that you got your wife to let you put a golf simulator in your living room is a testament to your ability to communicate. And that is something that only a man could recognize as a guy who knows how to at least make some promises and get the dining room table out the way so we can focus on what matters, and that's making our kids the absolute best versions of themselves. So I love that about you, bro. But
Thank you, man. I
so
appreciate you.
good to see Josh and Alondra on here and that whole entire group, just some great friends and then everybody who's new out there. I mean, for you all, I think that what gets glossed over too often is how incredible of an opportunity this is. And I did my best to try to communicate that at convention, and the understandings of an opportunity is a chance, right? A chance at something that we could take advantage of, right? I mean, there's opportunities in many different industries. There's opportunities that we have in our own life that we've heard of friends that did something and that opportunity didn't go well. That opportunity went great. Oh, I should have done that. Should have bought Bitcoin when it was at 9,000. I knew all about it. I was in all these, we're all getting market those Bitcoin MLMs, but I didn't understand it and didn't buy it. And now it's doing 100 grand. And, it's like 1,000x. That would have been nice, but that's opportunities. And so for all of you out there, I'm going to do my best here. And I do love to, if there's any questions or anything specific or anything that you're struggling with that I can try to give answer to just from my, 30,000 foot view, having been around this industry for going heck on 8 years, please drop them in the chat. But this opportunity is something that you all get to capitalize on. And there's so many people that I go through my day with that have tried it, don't get it, that have tried it, get it, that have tried it, get it, but don't give it an effort. And the big reality though is that there's nothing I've ever seen, Stephen, where you can buy interested people. Like I've been dabbling in real estate. It is hard to buy a lead of someone that wants to buy a house. It is hard to put a house on the market and hope someone wants to buy it. Those are challenges. In mortgages, you're hoping for the interest rates to drop. In our MLM space, where Steve and I and many of us have cut our teeth, you're selling $150 to $200 worth of product or a service and hoping to make a $10 commission. But then you're hoping that hundreds of people underneath you do it, and then you make like a quarter of what they do because they only pay that $10 commission out one time. But there's this opportunity that you all get to see that there's people that have made great money, and there's this potential, and that's an exciting thing that comes from an opportunity. So then you look all the way back around to insurance, and you see what insurance has to offer. That we've got some regulation, we've got our insurance, we've got our license, we've got state by state regulation. You got to get approved by the carriers, which can be taunting or daunting to some people. But then you get into the world where you're like, okay, now it's me versus me. Like, how many agents have we hired that have never sold a policy? They dialed the phone 50 times, they got told no's 13, and they got their underwear in a wad and go, I don't like rejection. I'm going to go to do something else. And I get it. But then you look at what's possible for some people, and what I cheer so many of you on to not just look at this thing as something that you just try. Because that's the general, if I was to take a poll, this call is probably 50% people that are doing the business and 50% people that are thinking about really doing the business. And that's generally the way these calls go. Now, the 50%, now the answer though is in about 12 months, 50% of you will have quit. And that's a sad thing to say, because you probably are sitting there going, I'm up early, I'm here, I want to get better. There's this guy that's on here going to talk about making money in insurance space, and I'm committed to my future. But what's going to happen between today and 12 months is there's going to be doubt. There's going to be no shows. There's going to be cancellations. There's going to be chargebacks. And all those things are going to weigh on your conscience. They're going to weigh on your shoulders, and they're going to feel like an oxbow pulling you down into the sand, wanting to drag you back to the barren desert of whatever existence that we're all going through before we find that Garden of Eden that we're trying to create in our life. And that's a very stressful place to go. Now, 50% of you will survive that oxbow, and 50% of you will get dragged into the sand and die. And I just don't be the 50% that die. And it's I'm trying to paint a picture here, but I'm also trying to like let you know that to make this happen, this opportunity for you, all you have to do is just keep making a decision to keep taking a step forward. Because the second you stop taking steps forward, the weight on your shoulders just pushes you down, right? Steve and I have done a lot of weighted vest walks, and there's many times where you're out there walking, you're like, I am done, but I don't want to drag this thing home like an idiot down my neighborhood. And if I don't want to leave it sitting behind this bush, and I made it out 22 and a half minutes. Heck, all right, just do it. And we decide to keep going back. And by the time we get home, we get that second burst of energy, that runner's high, that weighted vest walker's high, and we make it through, and we get home, we're proud of ourselves. And that's that, like, I'm trying to paint an understanding for you that the keys to success in this business don't rely on your multifaceted charisma and how well and eloquently you can communicate, how many books you've read on sales. It truly lies in just what lives between your ears. That's where it lies, is can I make the decision to find more pain each day? Because calling strangers and getting rejected is pain. It's pain. Now, as you progress, your skin gets thicker, your rhino skin develops, and that pain starts to whittle away towards just like, a little pinprick, right? But in the beginning, it feels like a bee sting. I remember one time I was swimming in the pool with my kids, and there was a bee swimming around the pool. What are you not supposed to do with bees? Swing at them. And what do? Like a protective father, but I'm dumb because I was like, the bee's just looking for flowers. Well, I'm swinging the heck out of this bee. What does the bee do? Kind of disappears for a little bit. I see it swing again. It goes boom, right between the eyes. Bro, I swear to God, my face swelled up like I was one of those cavemen in the Geico commercials, if that's the right. Like, I looked insane. Chantel came home and she's like, what happened to you? And so it's because I was swinging at the beat. Now, that's what it's like early on in the business. You spend your $1,000 on leads, you swipe that card, you got all this hope and excitement. You got Phone Burner or Kixie or a CRM going, and you're like, I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to really do it. I'm going to make it happen, Steven. And then you get on the phone after you convince yourself and drink enough caffeine, because we're nervous in the beginning, and we're nervous every day because we don't want rejection. We don't want pain. But then what happens? We get on the phone, and Dolores, who's like 76, lives in Oklahoma. You're like, this is a lay down. I'm going to get it. And she answers the phone. She goes, stop calling me. And just yells and chews your butt out. And you go, oh my God, that was a bee sting to the forehead. And as you progress, though, you get better and better and better. And you go, hey, you learn an objection. Hey, Dolores, hey, I'm sorry if you've been getting a bunch of calls. This just came across my desk. I'm the manager here now. And my job is just to make sure that we can close out your file or get you finally protected. Do you have just 1 second? Do you live on 123 Mulberry Street? Just verifying your phone, just verifying information. You're grabbing at straws. But that's how you get better. And that's how the pain starts to disseminate and leave your existence because you decide to get stronger. And that's not some magic savant sales skills. There's only about 5 main objections we have in this business from I've got a policy, I need to think about it, I can't afford it, I got a policy through work, I got a policy at the bank. And as you progress, you'll learn the answers to that. The more you get on live dials, you'll learn the answers to these things. And so that's my grandstand soapbox pitch to start this call is that just understand it's gonna suck in the beginning. It's gonna suck in the middle, and you'll have some sucky days as you get better. But the sucky days far outweigh because you got stronger, you learned the objections, you got proud of yourself, you didn't push through, you weren't the 50% that quit, and you put yourself in a position each and every day to make activity happen by showing up to work. Right? Those of you that are here now showed up to work. You made a decision. This is what I want to do. This is something that I see others doing. There's validation. If you're just at our convention, talk about validation. Talk about like when it was 9:07 on Thursday morning and that thing was 90% full, Stephen, I might have had all you hear the locker room chatter, that oh, so and so is starting a company and so has got to do an LOA and so selling Medicare now, and like I'm just around the industry, so you hear this stuff and then you go, hold on, we have 5,000 people in a room on a Thursday morning at 9:07 in the morning. This is the finest opportunity today that I've ever seen, as fine as it was years ago when we all got going. And so that's where I cheer you on. Many of your names I don't know, from Brenda to Tara to Daniel, and I would love to meet you and spend time with you. But the reality though is that you have a choice each and every day to choose to get better and progress, or to choose to settle. And if you choose to sit and settle, that weighted vest, that weighted on that's gonna plague you, and the swiping of the card and spending money on leads, it's gonna feel like a weight on your ankle, and it's gonna drag you down, pull you backwards until you die. So all I say is if you're going to choose this opportunity, which I'm doing my absolute best to pitch you on it being the finest one you've ever chosen, choose to make decisions every single day to take rapid advancement forward. So
Grady, I love that, man. Dude, like, yeah, if y'all have not noticed, the reason why his hair sticks up like that is because he's on fire every day. Grady, one of the things I always tell people is, people don't fail in this business. They just quit prematurely. And
very
you
true.
said something that was so good. You said 50% of the people won't be here. And that's absolutely facts. Unfortunately, what I've realized is people go like, how did you make it, Steve? And I was like, bro, I was average at best at everything I did. The different, like what Trey and I always talk about though, is we can just eat shit longer than you can. That's all. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the first year sucked and there was people that were kicking our butts. But what happened was we were like, we're just not going to quit. And we know 50% of the people are going to fail. So because those people fall out, a new 50% comes in and we naturally go to the top. And then what happens is in year 2, 50% of the people fall out. And then they fall out. And then a new group comes in and we now move to the top 25% of the company. And then in year 3, 50% of people fall out and a new group comes in, and now we naturally move to the top 10% of the company. That's how this works, right? And so like people go like, how did you get to the top? We're like, we just didn't quit. That's all.